resist the love story of the mermaid and the skeletal pirate? Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is the story of an accidental thrifting trip. How does such a thing happen, you might wonder? Well, I got an email from Value Village telling me that they were having a 40% off sale. So I got lured. I have to own that. They got me, but they never have 40% off. Occasionally 30, never 40. So anyway, I decided to make the most of it. It was a coupon you could use 3 times, and there are 3 locations not that far from me. So I was at the first store when it opened, and I had nice, easy thrifting. There was hardly anybody there. It was great. I took some footage, which I will show you. And after I show you the day, I will show you the haul. So this was my cart literally 2 minutes after I walked into the store. Oops. Okay, we're in the 2-piece set section. Not seeing anything here that's really jumping out at me, but that's okay. Ooh, is that a 2-piece 80s set by Liz Claiborne? Yes, it is. Here in my favorite section, the blazers. Are there any gems here for me? Ooh, this looks nice. Size 2, not even on my best day. Well, look at that little beam of sunshine. Oh, and there's another one. Oh, look at those very, very pretty vintage buttons. And here we are in skirts. I think I can just give this a quick scan. I don't need to spend much time over here. I don't see... Oh, is that something that would be for me? No. Okay, that's enough. What about dresses? Let's just see. There certainly are enough of them. The dress section here is always absolutely crammed. But, you know, you just have to do some digging. That looks sort of promising. Yep, I'll just fish it out and throw it on the cart, and we will see how it is. Ooh, that's a vintage tag. And, look at this bow. Oh, it's so cute. Man, I really wish that had fit me. Here's another thrift shopping tip. If you're in a situation where you have a lot of things packed together like this, if there's enough space, try taking a step back and just scanning. It can be really hard on your eye when you're too close up and you might not see anything. I always like to check out the formal wear at the thrift store, and look at this wedding dress. Wow. And still in the dress section, look at this vintage beauty. Oh, these buttons are so pretty. Oh, look, it's another wedding dress. Is the universe sending me a sign? I guess all I need was one of those pesky groom creatures. Oh, wow, this is so pretty. Look at this print. It's like starry, starry night. Ooh, I'll have to try that for sure. This is a lovely floral. I'm liking the pink and green. The white background is nice. And the top is completely sheer. So if you're not overly burdened with modesty, this one is for you. Not sure it's for me, but we'll see. Oh, my cart is out of control. Time to do a cull and a try-on. Let's see. The pretty floral, I like the skirt, but oof, as a dress, no, it does nothing for me. Oh, I really wanted to love this, but again, the fit is just not quite right. Look at all of that extra material under the arm. Nope. There's oversized and there's just too damn big. Nope. But now we're talking. This is delightful. That's a yes from me. And that is another winner. I love the fit on this. And oh, look at that little polka dot lining. So pretty. Could this be 3 in a row? Ooh, you know, I think it just might be. Ooh, look at that lining. So good. This is the vintage Liz Claiborne skirt suit, and it's obviously too tight over my jeans, but I am going to take a chance on it because I think it's going to fit fine without that extra layer underneath it, and it is so classic. Ooh, love it. Okay, are you ready for this? This is completely ridiculous, and I love it. It's so insane, it just tips right over the edge into awesome. This was lovely, but unfortunately very, very overpriced, so I had to leave it. I love these classic 70s, 80s secretary blouses, but sadly this one was just too small for me. Okay, that's it for this store. And am I getting into one of these cars? Sadly, no. I am on foot, as usual. But it is a nice day out, so I think I'm going to hit another store. And we're walking, walking, walking. And here we are at the second one, the boutique store. Literally, the first thing I see when I walk in the door is this. I sort of regret not taking this t-shirt, but oh well. I'm sure someone else is enjoying it. This is quite fun, very different for me. I love this and I took it, but ended up exchanging it. It just didn't sit right through the shoulders, unfortunately. Oh well. My haul from the first store was pretty good, especially the blazers. The blazers were blazing. Blazering? I don't know. You get what I'm saying. So first off, this little vintage 80s number. I mean, it's shiny. It's yellow. Look at that vintage tag. New mode. That's some classic 80s right there. And the best part of it is, look at this little kick at the back, this little pleated section at the back. It's almost like having a bustle when you have it on. It's drawing attention to the non-existent junk in my trunk. So thank you, anonymous blazer designer of the 1980s, for making it look like there's a little something going on back there. As a pasty white girl, I thank you for this. Next up, this is very far from spring, but this sort of, it's kind of hard to see the color on camera. It's a beautiful sage green. And yes, it's very autumnal, but it is from Pepe London. And I love the velvet. I love the lining. It's very grumpy college professor at a New England campus. And I'm down with that vibe. I may not be wearing that vibe until next autumn, but I have it, and that's the important part. And frankly, spring is still in its chilly era, so it may get worn before then. One of the things on my wish list was sort of a kind of a boxy gray blazer. I realized I don't have as much gray in my wardrobe as I would like. I have a lot of patterns and colors and all sorts of craziness, but sometimes I neglect the basics a little bit, and I really like gray as a canvas, as a neutral. So I asked for a sort of boxy gray blazer. This is a fitted gray blazer, but when the thrift gods send you a perfect condition Banana Republic with a beautiful lining, you just go with it. I wanted boxy, I got fitted, I'll take it and be grateful. The other thing about a 40% off sale, and I know there's a theory that you shouldn't thrift something if you wouldn't pay full price for it. And by and large, I agree with that. But at the same time, I do think this, when it is on sale, it's a good chance to try out something that might not necessarily be your style. So for example, I found this sort of, I don't even know what this is called, like a scarf top. Anyway, it's this sort of, you know what I mean? The sleeves are here, and it's just basically like a big scarf. But it's the most beautiful print, you know, with these berries, and there are butterflies and flowers, and it's like a wearing an English country garden. And again, this is not normally my jam, but it's about $4. So I thought, for $4, I'm going to wear something outside of my comfort zone. I'm going to try something new. And if it doesn't work out, I have a friend who is a bit of a hippie chick, and I know that she will give it a good home. The next thing I found was a super find for spring summer. It's a classic blue and white shirt dress. It's Gap, it's heavy cotton, it has pockets, and I like that it buttons all the way through, because that way you can also, if you don't want to wear it as a dress, you can just sort of throw it on. As far as sun protection goes, I'm a big fan of things you can just kind of, just kind of toss on if you're wearing a tank top or a t-shirt, if you just want that little extra layer of fabric between you and the UV rays, especially as you get older, because, well, that damage comes home to roost. And I'm someone who has always stayed out of the sun. I mean, obviously, I'm so pale I look like one of those fish that live at the bottom of the Mariana Trench and never see daylight. But even then, I've still picked up enough sun damage over the years that's showing up now, and that really annoys me. The next thing I found, it's sort of a perfect example of shopping out of season, because this is a very fall winter affair. But when you find something like this, you have to nab it. It's this black velvet full-length coat with this beautiful rose lining. But wait for it, it is reversible. You see the buttons there? So this whole thing can get turned inside out, and this is the exterior. I tried it on in the store. I literally gasped. I literally out loud. I was like, oh, could it be? 2 for the price of 1. Anything reversible is just magic in my book. That was the haul from store number 1 on 40% off day. So on my way home, I passed 2 more Value Villages. This is what I ended up with from the second store. But before we get into that, it would be great during the course of this video if you would like, if you would comment, if you would even subscribe. I'm kind of lonely over here because nobody's watching, so it would be great if you'd come and keep me company. This has actually been on my wish list for a long time. I have been looking for a tartan maxi skirt, and this is fantastic. It's actually handmade, and there are 2 buttons at the side, so it can be adjusted for your svelte days, and loosened to the second button when you're having one of those not so svelte days. So thank you, anonymous genius sewing person who sewed this, because I will love this forever. This is gorgeous. I very rarely buy trousers at the thrift store because it's just too complicated with the fit. There's no change rooms. Even if you're wearing leggings and you're trying pants over top of that, it's still kind of hard to tell if they're gonna fit properly. But every once in a while, I find something that I have to take a chance on, and a pair of pink metallic jeans was absolutely something that I was going to take a chance on. So yeah. And I know you're screaming at the TV that Barbiecore is over. I don't care. I don't care. I may have mentioned this before. I don't care. I will be wearing metallic pink and sequins to my coffin, which again, hopefully is a long way away. I stripped this right off a mannequin at the store. Don't worry, she had a bathing suit on underneath. I didn't leave the poor thing naked. But it is this great sort of kimono with leopards and palm trees and just sort of jungly goodness. And oh yeah, it's I love leopards. I love all things tropical. So this was just a win all around. And the final 2 things from that store were a couple of t-shirts. So the first one was this great t-shirt. This is Muhammad Ali when he's very young. Look at that little face. And this was actually from the Ali company, so it's not like it's like a bootleg or something. But yeah, I just thought that was a fabulous t-shirt. I don't drink coffee, and I don't even know if this is a real coffee company, but It is just the coolest. Who could resist the love story of the mermaid and the skeletal pirate? I like a bit of nautical in the spring. It's one of my favorite fashion themes, and this year it's very much going to be a dirty sailor nautical vibe for me, and I think that just is going to fit perfectly. Not gonna lie, I was sort of running out of energy at this point. I'm taking transit, I'm dragging around my granny cart. I was starting to flag. However, there was one more store on my way home. It was still 40% off. I had one more use of this sale coupon, so I powered through, and this is what I ended up with. Remember how I was looking for that boxy gray blazer earlier on, but I'd found the fitted gray blazer? Well, the thrift gods were with me yet again, and they sent me the boxy gray blazer. This one was Jones, New York, and I'm thrilled to have both. So I hadn't really found anything in the way of accessories at the other store, but this third store was where the accessories apparently were all lurking. So the first thing I found was this great little black and white tote, just very simple. So then I saw this one and I thought, well, I don't really need another striped bag, I just got one. But wait, look at the other side. So good, and you know, it's hard to believe, but yeah, I'm quite a polka dot fan, so that was something that had to be done. That was Aldo. And the final item, and this might actually be my favorite thing that I found. So this is Looney Tunes 100% silk tie from 1992, and look, it's Bugs in the office. He's got his little charts. He's got his file cabinet, his computer, his little half-eaten sandwich, his tea. He's like watching the time. He's looking remarkably cheerful for someone who works in an office. And as someone who works in an office, I can tell you that that's rarely my expression. But you know, he's Bugs. He's happy. He's just a happy rabbit. And I'm so excited about this tie. It's the cutest thing ever. So that was the haul. I will do a styling video at some point, working on it. But for now, I can tell you what I'm wearing at the moment. So this is a thrifted top. The brand is Frank Wyman, and I'm very fond of these sleeves. I've got just flower in my hair. I don't know where I bought it, just some accessory store. The earrings are thrifted. The ring, this one is Swarovski. This one is thrifted. This one I bought in the airport in Jeddah, of all places, and it's handmade and really kind of fantastic. If you are interested in seeing my fits as I sort of go about my daily life, you can find those over on Instagram, where I am also at Hussies and Hags, and it would be fantastic if you could join me there.